Have you ever followed every rule, worked hard, stayed polite, kept your head down, yet still felt like you were miles from the financial life you imagined? And somehow, even when you do speak up, there's this voice in your head saying, "Don't be too much." We've all felt that pressure to be grateful instead of ambitious. And honestly, it's exhausting pretending that playing small was ever going to pay off. From the time we were little girls, we were taught to play small, be nice, be agreeable, don't rock the boat. And even now, that fear of being judged or called difficult still sneaks into our money decisions. Meanwhile, men grow up being told to go big, take risks, and ask for more. Two people doing the same job, but only one is encouraged to claim their worth, and it's not us. They told us if we just work hard, the money will come, but that's not how the real world works. And we start to feel guilty for even wanting more, like ambition is something to apologize for. Meanwhile, we're carrying the pressure of being everything to everyone while questioning every financial decision. And if nothing changes, we're not just falling behind in income, we're losing options, freedom, and peace of mind. Hey loves, it's Bella here, your money big sister and truth teller. Welcome back to Money Talk channel, Real Talk, Smart Money with Bella. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the money conversations that actually change your life. Quick note, this video is for education only, not financial advice. In this video, we're breaking down the silent rules holding women back, the mindset traps, the systems at play, and the exact steps to break free. Stick with me, this might be the most important money talk you hear this year. You know how everyone tells us to just be grateful? Yeah, sometimes that turns into a trap. Gratitude is great, but not when it's used to make us feel guilty for wanting more. And honestly, replacing ambition with gratitude has quietly cost so many women money, freedom, and confidence. Let's talk about what happens when we finally let ourselves imagine more. Like, actually imagine a life that fits our talent, not the bare minimum we've been told to accept. Because every "just be grateful you have a job" moment has stopped women from asking for what their work is really worth, and the cost adds up fast. Fortune favors the bold, always has. Playing small financially is like driving with the parking brake on. You're technically moving, but you're holding yourself back the whole way. So this is your reminder that wanting more isn't greed, it's alignment, it's power, and it's the doorway to the life you've been imagining. Let's talk about the silent rule nobody wants to admit. When women don't talk about money, we stay underpaid. I know so many women who work twice as hard yet still guess if they're being paid fairly. Imagine how different life would feel if talking about money was as normal as talking about weekend plans. Salary transparency is honestly one of the biggest power moves we have. When women openly share numbers, the wage gap starts shrinking fast. And imagine walking into every negotiation knowing your value cold, no apologies, no shrinking, just confidence. Being polite has cost women so much, especially when it comes to money. Real empowerment means speaking up even when it feels uncomfortable, because your future depends on it. Remember, money is just a tool like oxygen, ignoring it doesn't make it any less essential. We've all been taught this low-key rule. Women are supposed to want less, ask for less, and somehow make everything work with crumbs. But that mindset keeps us small, broke, and exhausted. A real budget should be built from your goals, not from guilt someone else handed you. Your lifestyle should reflect what matters to you, not what someone says you should shrink down to. Shame-based budgeting keeps you focused on tiny cuts instead of building an actual life. You don't need to obsess over lattes, you need a plan that builds assets so your money works harder than you do. Money won't control your life once you take the wheel. Like Dave Ramsey says, if you don't take charge, money will always call the shots. Budgeting isn't a diet, it's a map. And once you're holding the map, you get to choose the life you build. We grow up being conditioned to fear money moves while men are taught to analyze and strategize. And honestly, that fear shows up the moment investing is mentioned. But the truth is, you don't have to go big or complicated, just start small, Start simple and start smart. There's nothing like watching your money grow on its own, slow, steady, and honestly kind of magical. Even something like $100 a month over 20 years can turn into a life-changing cushion. And that's when confidence hits, when you realize your future is building itself in the background. I love this quote from Warren Buffett because it's so real. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. Investing is just like planting. Your seeds grow when you stop digging them up. So give your money the time and space to bloom. So many of us grow up being told to keep our dreams reasonable, like wanting more automatically makes us difficult. And after a while, we start shrinking our goals without even noticing it, just to avoid the judgment. But the truth is, the moment we expand our dreams, we expand our earning potential too. When we aim small, we unknowingly create limits around the life we think we can afford. And that's why so many women end up choosing a lifestyle that feels safe instead of one that truly excites them. Being realistic isn't the same thing as being intentional. Intention asks what you actually want, not what others think makes sense. Here's the thing. When people tell you to be realistic, they're usually projecting their own limits. But dreaming bigger is how you stretch into the version of yourself you haven't met yet. Remember, aim high, because even if you miss, you'll land somewhere far beyond where a small dream could ever take you. We've all been told that being independent is the golden rule, right? But somewhere along the way, independence got twisted into doing everything alone. The truth is, isolation slows us down and it burns us out way faster than we admit. But when women share knowledge and contacts, everything changes. Doors open faster, opportunities multiply, and income grows in ways that don't require sacrificing our sanity. Community isn't just emotional support, it's a strategy for scaling. The truth is, success was never meant to be a solo mission. Like the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together. Support isn't weakness. It's the fuel that gets us all the way to the top. You know, we're raised being told that wanting wealth somehow makes us too much, like we should be grateful for stability and stop asking for more. But the truth is, women aren't dreaming too big. Our expectations were just conditioned to be small. Stability is great, but wealth gives you something deeper: choices. It's the freedom to wake up without anxiety about money controlling your day. And it's the power to build assets that support you even while you rest. Wealth isn't greed, it's the ability to fully experience your life. Like Thoreau said, it's the chance to live fully, not just survive comfortably. Stability is a couch, but wealth is the vehicle that takes you where you actually want to go. Let's quickly recap the 7 silent rules, those unspoken expectations that so many women grew up with. Rules like staying small, being agreeable, apologizing for ambition, putting everyone else first, not talking about money, avoiding risks, and waiting for permission. These rules shape everyday decisions: what opportunities you take, how you negotiate, and even how boldly you dream. But here's the truth. These rules were never meant to protect you, they were meant to contain you. And now, you know better. If this message hit home, like the video, subscribe, and share it with another woman who needs this reminder. And now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Which silent rule did you grow up with? Let's unpack it together and rewrite the script. You're watching Money Talk, Real Talk. Smart Money with Bella. Take care of your money and it will take care of your future. I'll see you in the next one.